Oh, what's up everybody, it's me, Jake Monroe, and once again, welcome back to my channel. Now, if you do want to watch the uncensored and extended version of this video, the link is down below that will take you to Patreon, or you can click join on this page and become a member of the channel. Both of you get that privilege. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now, here's how I know, and people are going to be annoyed already, that goth is not a music-based subculture anymore. I was going to do a Metalhead Reels reaction video today. I can't. Because if I type in Metalhead into Instagram, it's a bunch of copyrighted music. It's a bunch of dudes doing metal and singing and playing and writing metal and talking about their favorite metal songs. So today we're gonna do emo instead. Yet another purely aesthetic-based subculture now. In fact, not even true, right? There is still more music to emo because it's relatively new, and it's kind of still going in some regard, I guess. Kinda, maybe, but not really, since everything these days has been quote-unquote gentrified. It's like, yeah, they're still singing like emo boys, but now it's like way heavier, and they got 8 strings, and bros are into this kind of stuff, so it's not really for you anymore. Panic at the Disco is dead. My Chemical Romance are just rehashing the glory days. Are the Used still going? Irrelevant, because they became a rock band and not an alternative rock band, I believe. Let's just have a look, shall we? When I type in the word emo into Reels, I need to click on this first one because, oh my god, even the caption. Oh my god, the degeneracy. We're f***ed, by the way. I hope you guys know this. I hope you realize we're f***ed. Jake saw an emo femboy on Instagram and went on an existential rant. I hope you really do enjoy the final few decades we have with humanity. I don't know if you guys have noticed, we're about to end our own existence. It is gonna happen. You can kind of feel it. It's like when you're watching a movie and the pace kind of starts picking up and the music starts slowly fading in and you're like, oh, we're about to get to the big reveal. The twist ending, we're about to see who the killer is. Except we've known all along who the killer was gonna be and with what they were gonna do it with. So it's like watching a really bad movie that you know is about to end. We're in about like the last 15 minutes of it, right? There's not gonna be a happy ending for this. There's not gonna be a resolve. No riding off into the sunset on a horse. We're about to enter the singularity. Dead internet theory will come into full effect. AI will take our jobs. The art community will be completely oversaturated by the accessible art now that is AI art, which means none of it will have any value. All of our future doctors, scholars, and medical field professionals, scientists, are all going to be far less intelligent than they have been in the past because they're now using ChatGPT to write their dissertations. We're all I hope you know this. So please, enjoy the final few moments we have of what life kinda used to be. It's not anymore. This is a shallow husk, right? We're about to max out the RAM for this simulation we live in. Why do you think Gen Z kids have not created their own subculture? They're just rehashing what we did as millennials in the mid-2000s. It's because there's not enough RAM space left for any new shit to exist. That's why there's nothing original anymore. I just figured it out. There we go. Because there's no originality, therefore proves that we live in a simulation. Because we're out of RAM. We're out of RAM. Why does business casual emo look very close to clean goth? Coffee shop emo. That was called a hipster, by the way, if you're wondering what that was called. It was called a hipster, which I don't think you actually get anymore. Do you get those anymore? Because we used to have hipsters and they look like this, right? But hipster was like a whole thing. And you don't really get hipsters anymore. Elder emo is definitely the camo wearing. See, that should be a Trump hat. From femboy to farm boy. Is there no greater absolute that has been proven more repeatedly than twink death? I don't think so, right? I think there's only 3 things in life that are certain. Death, taxes, and twink death. Okay, so just real quick, clarification. All emo was gay? New emo? Pretty sure that's what they looked... What was the... What was the name of, like, the queen lesbian from the L Word from the mid-2000s? This one.
Song is very simple. All you have to do is write lyrics about the tools required to write an emo song, and then of course you sing it in an emo way. So for instance, this pen that writes these words, this page on which I write, this chair holds my weight, but where are you? That's an emo song. Crazy, crazy.
Nailed it, dude. Absolutely nailed it. It's unbelievable considering that emo was meant to be so unbelievably, like, deep.
Name the tools. And then you get to the chorus, you play with that idea. I write your name. I write your name. I use a pen to write your name. Oh, and there's the little twist in the joke. It was actually Screamo all along. Emo's angrier cousin. If you don't know Screamo, it's the same as emo, except with one extra band member, a raving animal they keep caged at the back of the stage, who only comes out during the chorus to paraphrase the lead singer. I love you forever. Forever means every day.
That's fantastic. Oh, broke emo down into just sticks, stones, and twine.
Dude, come here. Oh shit.
You're weak. Hey, do you feel like a man when you push her around?
What the hell did you say to me?
Lena, he's coming over here. Say that to me.
Say what?
What you just said to him.
Do you feel like a man when you push her around?
Ah!
Oh, it's this character. I didn't recognize him.
Oh my god. You know you're gonna keep me talking like that, big boy.
What the hell does any of this have to do with being emo? What the hell does that have to do with anything? They're actually kind of good at that. Also, that's probably the only thing that's actually emo related in this entire video. Effeminate emo boys turning straight men gay.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Hey, listen, so I don't think this is gonna work, because, you know, you're always just kind of an asshole, and yeah, it just feels like you never listen to anything I say, and, you know, like, you're this Midwest emo thing. Like,
See what I mean? Even emo is still very much about the music. Goth is not. Goth's about gooners now. Gooner goth is like the dominant part of goth these days. Emo, however, is still kind of still doing its whole Midwestern, its whole Midwest emo thing. I don't know what the that means, but I think I'm beginning to.
If you dress emo, you're depressed. Kind of goes hand in hand. I think just being depressed is just a pretty common thing in society. Depression is just so broad. Everyone has their moments. Some people have it more often than others. And, you know, I think alternative fashion or music doesn't necessarily go hand in hand with it. It's hard to judge it really like too crazy because it's just, it's just broad.
I was going to say, if you dress emo, you have been depressed at some point. I feel like everyone's been depressed at some point.
Yeah, I also agree. Yeah, you probably have, but like everyone has. And if you haven't, you're going to find a moment where you probably are because that's just how life goes. I mean, you go to like a therapy office, you know, not everyone there is going to be emo.
That would be sick. I would go to that therapy office.
Therapy, and it's just like blasting Hawthorne Heights or something.
Therapy for emos.
That would be.
Is anyone feeling less certain of the clarification of emo after watching that. I mean, let's just ruminate, shall we, on the definition of emo and see if we can get there together. Now, there definitely is like a very large emphasis on emo and depression. It is there. The association is there. But why is that? I feel like every kid that's been part of any alternative subculture is depressed until they find the place where they belong, right? They find the music that represents their feelings or hits that spot that releases all the serotonin that they require. Find a sense of community amongst people, individuals that share their values, their ideologies, share their misery. It's kind of like having an illness that presents itself as a series of symptoms, and they can feel mysterious and completely random, and that you're just falling apart. Kind of like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. You feel like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly until one day you go to the doctor and the doctor's like, oh, you have this one thing that presents itself as several symptoms. Here is a singular medication that will fix all of these problems. And I guess that's probably the same with finding yourself in terms of the subculture you belong to. Now, all credit to Johnny there. We only saw a small clip of this interview that he did. But to circle back to the emphasis on depression and emo, I think emo music itself is all about not fitting in, whereas, you know, goth and metalhead are all about other things, you know, like philosophy or interest in certain topics, whereas emo itself is about being unable to fit in. It's about being a teenager that has confusing thoughts and emotions that you lack the intelligence to share, and you lack the camaraderie to be understood. A lot of the music really is just about, like, you don't understand me, where will I fit in? Do you know me? Which for a lot of young men are usually just early signs of homosexuality. How many gay emo boys did you know? Oh, they all were? There's nothing wrong with it, it's just tends to happen. Oh, what? I'm sorry, you don't think a young teenage boy is having confusing feelings about the people that he's attracted to? You don't think the confusion of slowly discovering that you're into boys will somehow also sort of push you into the emo subculture? There's a lot of gay dudes in emo that came out of it, that went into it. I think that's even more of a huge representation of what emo was all about. Even the lyrics themselves, and I've said this already, but it was all about being unable to fit in. The depression came from the fact that you did not fit in anywhere, and the music and the subculture was just to other people who were like, yeah, I don't understand where we fit in this, but we can all not understand together. That's what it was all about.
Well, you can hang out with them in business hours, 9 to 5, not after midnight.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Business hours, this is our fucking house, Benji. I'm so sick of doing this with you.
I'm sick of this.
No, stop.
What the hell? Yo, what are you doing with my arm?
Benji,
Ow.
Stop.
Ew. Ow.
And I'll do
Terrible. This Benji shit, it was funny. I remember seeing one that was funny because it felt relatively real. This, however, has flanderized itself.
Welcome to Emo Girl Hoot. Welcome to Emo Girl Hoot.
Emo Girl Hooters is not real. Neither is Goth Hooters. These places are not real. Femboy Hooters, I have been informed, was actually real. It did not last very long, apparently. I need to look that up. Maybe I was lied to. I think I was lied to. But Hooters is also closing down. Thank you, DEI. Everybody's beautiful. The clientele did not seem to think so.
Eu passo vergonha andando com esse povo. Tem saudade! Que ainda você quer viver pra mim.
Being cringe as hell was definitely another part of it, right? But then again, maybe every alternative subculture is to some degree cringe by definition, because it's people acting out their real selves. Like, people have told me I'm cringe. I'm clearly not. I'm cool as hell. For something to be cringe, it needs to lack self-awareness. It needs to be utterly self-indulgent, like acting out your favorite scenes from Kingdom Hearts in the parking lot. And never breaking character. Not that this is what I've done, I'm just saying this is what the definition of cringe is. The kind of stuff where as you grow up and you look back and realize, man, that was incredibly cringe. Which is why you don't like to watch videos of yourself drunk. Because you lack the self-awareness when you're drunk. And you are your genuine, authentic self, right? Or so they say. Which is basically just you without your cool filter on. Cringe is also just taking yourself too seriously, I guess. Yeah, do you know what? It's a lack of self-awareness and taking yourself too goddamn seriously.
This one's Control. It's like a deeper cut of like the self-titled Metro Station album. This right here, that's Hannah Montana's brother actually. And this one is Mitchell Musso's brother, you know, from Hannah Montana. They actually met on set on Hannah Montana. And they started Metro Station. It's crazy.
Why are you laughing? Jake, why are you laughing at this? It's because that is exactly what I do. I get drunk and then I start bringing up like old J-Rock videos and start explaining everything. This literally happened recently. I start putting on like J-Rock tracks from 2006 in all of their pixelated glory. And I start explaining like the meanings of the songs and how it affected me for several years during that period and how it affected how I dressed and stuff like that. So that's real. That's a real thing. That's why I'm laughing at it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you want to watch this for a little bit longer, there is an extended version of this over on Patreon or here on YouTube, depending on if you want to become a YouTube member or a Patreon member. You can click the link down below for Patreon, or you can click join, which is on your screen right now, become a member of the channel, where I'm gonna go on and on for another couple of minutes. I had a great day today because I made it a great day, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Right, bye. Bye, everybody.